Good afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Bridget Bennett.
And I'm Kelly Volk. It may be hard to believe, but it's been 31 years since former South Dakota Governor George Mickelson and 7 others died in a plane crash near Dubuque, Iowa. The crash happened April 19, 1993, after the plane hit a silo and landed in a field. A few days later, people from all over the state and beyond filled the South Dakota Capitol building for a memorial service.
The Custer County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help in finding a missing woman. Authorities say 59-year-old Joanna Benson, also known as JoJo, was last seen leaving her Custer apartment around 5 a.m. on March 22nd. She left without her glasses, hearing aid, or medication. She stands just over 5 feet tall with gray shaved short hair. She was wearing a gray hooded sweatshirt with teal arms, blue pants, and her cane. She is believed to be with her car, which is a black Kia Forte. If you have any information, you are asked to contact the Custer County Sheriff's Office.
The city of Vermilion is once again being named a Tree City USA. Vermilion achieved the recognition by maintaining a tree board or department, having a tree care ordinance, dedicating a forestry budget of at least $2 per capita, and hosting an Arbor Day observance and proclamation. The Tree City USA program is sponsored by the Arbor Day Foundation in partnership with the U.S. Forest Service and the National Association of State Foresters.
The Rapid City Fire Department is holding a prescribed burn on its Creek Drive training grounds today. The goal is to reduce wildlife risks by burning away any excess fuel. The burn also promotes healthy habits for the local animal and plant life. The department says smoke will be visible all across the area. They must have less wind than we do here. It's been so windy.
I think we've had our fill of wind for a while, Megan.
Well, if you're sick of the wind, we have some good news coming. We get rid of most of it as we head through this weekend. But we do have a windy afternoon and a windy overnight first in southeastern KELOLAND. Right now, broken clouds here in Sioux Falls, 45 degrees, and that west wind at 25 miles an hour. We have some more sunshine in Rapid City right now at 44, that north wind at 36 miles an hour. Our temperatures are about 15 to 20 degrees below normal today. We're at 48 right now in Yankton, 36 in Brookings, 37 in Sisseton, 36 in Buffalo, and 37 degrees in Custer. Here is a look at those winds right now out of the west and northwest at 15 to 30 miles an hour with a few higher wind gusts. Now, most of KELOLAND will get rid of the wind as we head overnight tonight. For tomorrow morning, there is a freeze warning posted in southeastern KELOLAND in those counties in purple. That just means our temperatures are falling below 30 degrees. But southeastern KELOLAND is actually going to be the warmer spot as we head overnight. Here's a look at tonight. The breeze sticking around in southeastern KELOLAND. Clear skies, 28 are low in Sioux Falls, 25 in Aberdeen, 27 in Pierre, and 21 in Rapid City. Tomorrow, our temperatures are going to be much like today, partly to mostly sunny though, and light winds. 50 Sioux Falls, 51 in Aberdeen, 49 in Pierre, and 46 in Rapid City. And those temperatures again well below normal. But Sunday, sunshine, mostly light winds, and warmer air is coming back. 58 Sioux Falls, 60 in Aberdeen, 62 in Pierre, and a windy 65 in Rapid City. Now we'll keep these warm temperatures around as we head through the work week with a couple chances of some rain showers. We'll take a closer look at those in just a little bit.
Thanks, Megan. Well, changes to Minnesota's cannabis law passed the Minnesota House last night. Lawmakers had a robust debate about how businesses in the legal market will roll out. Caroline Cummings has the latest from St. Paul.
Before you can buy legal weed at a retail dispensary in your neighborhood, businesses will need a state-issued license to open their doors. Changes to that process could be coming.
It had been 100 years since we had ended the prohibition on alcohol, and we were still making changes to our liquor laws, and so it's not surprising that we would be back a year later with some changes and clarifications.
Under current law, there's a point system for the Office of Cannabis Management to issue licenses, considering criteria like experience in the cannabis industry, business and safety plans, and whether you meet the definition of a social equity applicant, which is given a boost in scoring to meet a goal of uplifting Minnesotans disproportionately impacted by cannabis prohibition.
But the state's top cannabis regulator fears that system is too subjective and undercuts that goal. So instead, a big bill with cannabis changes debated Thursday would set up a vetted lottery system, ensuring applicants meet the criteria, but leaving who gets a license to chance.
At a certain point in time when you're forwarding certain applications to go forward ahead of schedule than others, the most fair way is random.
Those wanting to cash in on cannabis aren't happy. In a letter to DFL leaders, some business owners warned that the proposed system would, quote, jeopardize the market's integrity and the prospects of those most harmed by past drug policies.
I think real successful policy on when we're talking about social equity, that means working with social equity stakeholders, not pushing legislation over their objections. And that's exactly what we're seeing here today.
At the Capitol, Caroline Cummings, WCCO News.
Other parts of the bill would expand access to cannabis for people enrolled in the medical program and would get some parts of the state cannabis office operating sooner.
Also in the Minnesota State Capitol, about 36 people rallied at the Capitol asking for a lifeline to help build their families. They're urging lawmakers to require insurance coverage for infertility treatments. In vitro fertilization, for example, can cost thousands of dollars out of pocket, leaving people feeling priced out of being able to get the care they need. The legislature is also considering insurance coverage mandates for wigs for cancer patients and abortions.